and the future we have for developing new energy saving technologies. Now, the one product, okay, that I've now realised that has a big marketplace in the UK, it could be anywhere in the world actually. This is an inverter charger. The inverter charger, when it's linked to a 100 amp battery, for example, would actually maintain your gas boiler or your oil boiler. Anything, okay, that you would normally in a power cut or a power outage, okay, would have a problem in keeping the heating and hot water going. Of course, we can also use it for lighting, as an emergency lighting system for when there's power cuts by just rewiring part of your consumer box lighting. Now, this inverter charger this one's 500 watt, and we've actually been selling these in the UK to certain customers for some time. And what you have is a input here from your battery terminals, positive and negative, and from this point here you then have your power from your 12-volt battery, and this one here plugged into your main supply. So you bring your electrical main supply in here. So example, if you're wired to a consumer box for your gas boiler, which runs your circulating pump, which is burning maybe 60 watts an hour plus the programmer, you just disconnect that or cut it and rewire it into here with a plug. This is a fan that just keeps the inverter going. And on the other side, you have this is a 3-pin plug, UK plug, and so you'd actually then put your power supply that runs your gas, that runs your pump on your boiler, into this 3-pin plug, and you have then different different switches here to switch it on, switch it off. It tells you when it's charging. So when there's a power cut, within seconds it will actually keep your boiler running, your boiler running, your fan, if it's a fan fluid boiler, your pump running. All the things that your boiler needs electrically to keep running would actually run from the 100 amp hour battery. Now, the advice would be to change the pump from a old pump burning 60, 70, 80 watts to a new energy saving pump, which are A-rated, which has got the new laws in the new year, this year from the EU. And so that all the pumps in the future would be sort of idling around 5 watts and consuming 15 to 20 watts. This is a domestic, for a domestic application. So we're interested in actually finding out if the UK or other countries have major storms, as we've been having over Christmas, with over 200,000 houses that are without power or have been without power. We've got continual storms flowing in tomorrow, the day after, or in fact all through the weekend. Rain, we've had flooding where we live here in the south of England, and luckily my house, which has this equipment in, we've only had a few power cuts, but it's really an investment in making sure your heating, your hot water keeps going in the winter time when there's more potential for power cuts. And the same thing can be used for your lighting. Again, it just needs an electrical contractor to disconnect the wire from supplying your lighting circuit. In fact, I feel like breaking into it and just reconnecting that wire to here to charge up the battery. So when the power comes back on again, the device recharges up your battery for when, okay, that you need it again. The size of the battery and where you put it is really relevant to where the inverter charger is going to be. The price will be around about £90 for the inverter, and it's guaranteed 2 years. I've had it running in my house for many years, along with my solar water heating system, which provides hot water as well as heating through a thermal store. And you have then the cost of the battery. It's possible that we would be looking at supplying the two, but we can recommend a number of battery manufacturers to supply the battery in the UK and the terminals. And you just have 2 disconnect switches, which again, all the industry in the PV photovoltaic business who are currently installing thousands of solar panels on the roof to generate electricity would be able to easily do this job at half a day's cost. So in total, you're probably looking at about £250, £300 for a complete backup gas boiler, oil boiler package. I certainly wouldn't recommend people to go all electric in the situation we may be having in the future years of power cuts caused by weather, not by specifically running out of energy. But that, of course, is another issue. Okay, if you want to contact me, then please feel free to contact me on my email or Skype. Skype is jhook8, or my email is eric@solarspeedflex.com. And I can send you all the details and specifications. And this will be available in the new year, this year, in fact 2014, from around about March, through a company called Barilla Solar in Lymington. Thank you, and have a happy new year.